Hello students, welcome to maths class. So today we are dealing with the limits problems. So from limits you are going to get 2 marks questions. Okay, so we have to do so many problems. That means here 4 exercises are there in this limits, so they can give from anywhere of these 4 exercises. Okay, so that's why we are doing lot of problems from this limits. Okay, so now come on, today's problems, 5 problems are there right on the board. So before solving the problem, read the question carefully and also x tends to which value, observe carefully and take correctly, otherwise we don't get the answer. Okay, so come on, now we will take the first question. What is your first question? Limit x tends to 0 e to the power of 7x minus 1 by x. Okay, so come on, take the question. Limit x tends to 0 e to the power of 7x minus 1 by x. There is one standard formula, standard result in limits, that is limit x tends to 0 e to the power of x minus 1 by x is equal to 1. We are having that result. Okay, so we solved some problems based on some standard results of the limits, right? There we discussed about this formula. Okay, so now if you observe, here 7x is there. So this is formula, means instead of x you can have anything. It is general form, right? So whenever it is general form, right, instead of this x we can take any value. That means this value, this value, this value. These 3 values must be same. If it is in that form, we can equate that value to 1. Okay, so here 7x is there, that's why we have to take, here we need 7, so multiplying and dividing with 7. And also if x tends to 0, that means x value is 0, so 0 into anything is 0. So in x place we can write 7x also, it makes no difference, right? If x tends to 0, 7x also tends to 0. Okay, so limit 7x tends to 0, right? So e to the power of 7x minus 1 by 7x. Okay, this 7 can be taken outside. It is constant and now it is your formula form. So it is 7 into 1 is equal to 7. Okay, next come to the second one, right? What is your second one? Limit x tends to 0, right? What is it? X tends to 0 e to the power of 3 plus x minus e to the power of 3 by x. Okay, so is equal to same. Exponential means the standard formula is this one, limit x tends to 0 e to the power of x minus 1 by x form. So come on, we will write limit x tends to 0 e to the power of 3 e to the power of x minus e to the power of 3 by x. Okay, so is equal to e to the power of 3 is common, isn't it? Limit x tends to 0 e to the power of 3, right? E to the power of x minus 1 by x. So if it is power is x, it is variable. If power is 3, e to the power of 3 means constant, you can write outside. So you can write this as e to the power of 3, right? We are writing that constant out of the limit, right? Limit x tends to 0 e to the power of x minus 1 by x. So e to the power of 3 into 1. So it is e to the power of 3. Okay, this is your second question. Now come to the third bit, right? What is that? Limit x tends to pi by 2, right? Pi by 2 cos x by x minus pi by 2. So if you observe this problem, it looks little bit a complex form, right? but we can convert it into in our any standard formulae form. So how we can convert it into any standard formulae form? You consider this value as y. So let y is equal to x minus pi by 2. Okay, so you take minus pi by 2 this side, it is pi by 2 plus y is equal to x. Okay, and now your problem, what is the given question? Limit x tends to pi by 2. Bring that pi by 2 this side, what happens? X minus pi by 2 tends to 0. If x tends to pi by 2, we have taken that pi by 2 this side, x minus pi by 2 tends to 0, right? Cos of x, in x place we are having pi by 2 plus y, right? We considered y is equal to x minus pi by 2. With that we got x is equal to pi by 2 plus pi. Okay, by what is this x minus pi by 2? We considered that as y. Okay, so is equal to, and again x minus pi by 2 we considered as y. So limit y tends to 0, 90 plus theta, right? Question is 90 plus cos of 90 plus theta. So 90 plus means second quadrant. So in second quadrant cos is negative, and for 90 plus ratio changes from trigonometry knowledge, right? So 90 plus belongs to, see, if you observe, this is your 0, this is your 90, this is your 180, next to 270, 360. 90 plus means it belongs to second quadrant, right? In second quadrant sine and cosec are positive, remaining ratios are negative. Now you are having cos, so we have to take minus. And now come to the ratio. For 90 plus theta, ratio changes, cos changes to sine of the theta. Here theta place you are having y, so it is sine y by y. Okay, so is equal to, you take a minus outside, right? So limit y tends to 0, sine y by y. So which formula? Our standard formula, limit x tends to 0, sine x by x is equal to 1. There is one standard formula in our limits, right, in our results, right? So is equal to, this is minus, and this entire value is equals to 1. That's all for this third question. Okay, now come to the fourth question. What is your fourth question? So limit x tends to 0, limit x tends to 0, cube root of 1 plus x minus cube root of 1 minus x by x. Okay, so we can write this problem as limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x to the power of 1 by 3, 1 minus x to the power of 1 by 3 by x. Okay, so it is not in any of our standard form, but we know one formula in limits. Limit x tends to a, x to the power of n minus a to the power of n by x minus a is equal to n into a to the power of n minus 1. There is one standard formula. Okay, so now try to convert this problem into that form. So how we can convert it? Observe carefully. Limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x to the power of 1 by 3 minus 1 minus x to the power of 1 by 3, adding 1, adding and deducting 1, right? Step by step we are converting the problem into that standard form. So next you can write this as limit x tends to 0. So come on, we can write 1 plus x to the power of 1 by 3. I have taken this minus 1 with this, right? Next, that means I am splitting this part into two parts now. This is one part, no? Now I am splitting this into two parts. Next, I have taken minus common. Then what happens? This is 1 minus x to the power of 1 by 3. Okay, so this is plus 1 is there, right? So you take that as minus 1, so that minus of minus plus, right, by x. Okay, so now write that x separately. Now you take these two terms, limit separately. So is equal to limit. So in the limit problem, whenever minus is there, plus is there, product is there, division is there, we can apply limit separately for them. Okay, so limit x tends to 0. First term 1 plus x to the power of 1 by 3 minus 1 by x. Next, minus limit x tends to 0, 1 minus x to the power of 1 by 3 minus 1 by x. So if you observe the problem here, x to the power of n minus a to the power of n. So instead of x, it is formula. I said in all the formulas, instead of x we can have, it is general form. So in the given question, instead of x we can have any other value. So here 1 plus x is there, here 1 minus x is there, to the power of 1 by 3. So 1 can be written as 1 to the power of any value is 1 only. So in one place you can write to the power of 1 by 3. Here also you can write to the power of 1 by 3. Okay, and observe here minus x is there, here x is there. So you give this negative sign to this x. So in the middle we will have plus now, right? So then what happens? Limit x tends to 0, right? 1 plus x to the power of 1 by 3 minus 1 to the power of 1 by 3 by, for this x I am adding 1 and deducting 1, so that it comes into exactly in our formula form. Limit x tends to a, x to the power of n minus a to the power of n by x minus a. In x place we are having 1 plus x. Downwards also it should be in that form only. And give this negative sign to x. Then you will have 1 limit x tends to 0. So come on, how we can take this one? 1 minus x to the power of 1 by 3 minus 1 to the power of 1 by 3 by. So we are giving negative sign to minus sign to this x, right? Give this negative sign to x, right? It becomes minus x. For this also adding 1 and deducting 1, and you consider this as one term and that as another term. Okay, so here this x value and x must tends to a. That means if we compare this one, there it should be 1 plus x tends to 1, right? Definitely if x tends to 0, adding 1 on both sides, what happens? It is, come on, 1 plus x tends to 1. Now exactly in your formula form, isn't it? To the power of 1 by 3, 1 to the power of 1 by 3 by 1 plus x minus 1. Similarly, that should be 1 minus x tends to 1. Definitely, if x tends to 0, minus x also tends to 0 only, right? And after that, if we add 1 on both sides, then you will get your required value. 1 minus x tends to 1. If x tends to 0, minus x tends to 0. Then you add 1 on both sides. So 1 minus x tends to 0 plus 1 means 1 only. Okay. Next, 1 minus x to the power of 1 by 3 minus 1 to the power of 1 by 3 by 1 minus x minus 1. Okay, now it is exactly in your formula form. Okay, instead of x we are having 1 plus x, instead of a we are having 1, and in n place we are having 1 by 3. So come on, apply the formula. What happens? It is n means 1 by 3, right? A to the power of, that is 1, to the power of n minus 1 by 3 minus 1. Similarly, here in place of x we are having 1 minus x, right? In place of a we are having 1, in place of n we are having 1 by 3. So come on, we can write this as 1 by 3, right? And a place 1 is there, 1 by 3 minus 1, n a to the power of n minus 1, n is 1 by 3, right? A is 1, n a to the power of n minus 1. Here also n is 1 by 3, a place we are having 1, right? So it is n a to the power of n minus 1. So is equal to 1 by 3, 1 to the power of minus 2 by 3, right? Plus 1 by 3, 1 to the power of minus 2 by 3. 1 power, any power is 1 only, right? So is equal to 1 by 3 into 1 is 1 by 3. Same thing, 1 by 3 into 1 is 1 by 3 is equal to 2 by 3 is the answer of your third question. Okay, so very simple. Just first you write this in power form and try to reduce. It is not in our standard form, right? We are having some standard formulas. Suppose the given problem is not in standard form, we have to reduce it, right, into standard form. Once it comes into standard form, apply the formula. Okay, so powers are there generally, we will go for this standard formula is there, formula to solve the problem. If sign is there, generally we will go to this formula to solve the problem. Okay, so now come to your fifth question. So I think this is very simple, clear. So here we need 7x, here we need 7x, right? So that's why multiplying and dividing with 7, and here if x tends to 0, x value is 0, 7x is also tends to 0 only, 7 into 0, 0 only. Okay, so in this problem we have taken e to the power of 3, right? We applied the formula a to the power of m plus n. A is, what is the formula? A to the power of m plus n can be written as a to the power of m into a to the power of n form, right? After that we have taken e to the power of 3 common, then you got the formula, right? So e cube. Okay, next come to third one. It is not in our standard form, so we reduced into standard form and we got the answer. Now come to fifth one. What is your fifth problem? Sine of a plus bx, right, minus sine of a minus bx by x. We have to find a limit x tends to 0 is given to us. Okay, so come on, how we can take that problem. So fifth one, limit x tends to 0 sine of a plus bx minus sine of a minus bx by x. Okay, there is one formula. What is that? That is sine c minus sine d is equal to, it is 2 cos of c plus d by 2 into sine of c minus d by 2. Okay, so this is the formula for sine c minus sine d. Okay, so you consider this as c, this as d. So is equal to limit x tends to 0. Come on, 2 cos of, you consider this as c. So a plus bx plus a minus bx by 2. c plus d by 2 into sine of, come on, c minus d by 2, that is a plus bx minus, right, minus a minus of minus plus bx by 2 by x is there. It is in the question only, x is there. Okay, so here minus bx plus bx cancel, a minus a cancel. Okay, so is equal to limit x tends to 0. Come on, we can write this as 2 cos of 2a by 2, okay, into sine of bx plus bx 2bx, isn't it, 2bx by 2. So I am writing this x for sine. Why? We are having one standard formula. Which formula? It is limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is equal to 1. So if you observe here, sin bx is there, x is there. Suppose here also b is there, we can apply that formula. That's why multiplying and dividing with b. Okay, so here 2 cancel, and 2 cos a, cos x is variable, cos a means it is constant, you can write outside. And even we don't want this b, right, we want this b along with this x, so you can write this b also outside, right. So it is 2b cos a, right. Now you apply your limit. If x tends to 0, bx also tends to 0, okay, bx tends to 0. So what is the formula? Sin bx by bx, okay. So this is 1, limit bx tends to 0, sin bx by bx is 1. So it is 2b cos a into 1 is equal to 2b cos a is the answer of your question. So very simple. If you observe this, we are doing calculus. Limits means calculus, and we are applying the trigonometric formulas. Okay, it is in the form of sin c minus sin d. Whenever it is sin c minus sin d, formula is 2 cos of c plus d by 2 into sin of c minus d by 2. So we applied that one, right. So we got bx minus bx cancel, 2a by 2 cancel, right. So it is 2 cos a, it is a constant right outside of the limit. And if you observe here, it is a sin bx by x. This x I have taken for this one. Already I said, we discussed about this so many times. If anywhere we are having a into b by c, we can write this as a into b by c according to the situation. If situation demands, we can write like that. There is no wrong in writing like that. So here I have taken this x for this one. Okay, so after that, if you observe carefully, it is sin bx by x is there. So downwards also we want the b value, that's why multiplying and dividing with b. Why downwards we want b value? So that we can apply that formula, limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is equal to 1, standard formula. I said this value, this value, this value, these three must be same, then only we can take that formula. So for that sake, here we want b, so multiplying and dividing with b. Okay, so this is bx, and you can take this b outside of the constant, right. So if x tends to 0, x value is 0, and 0 into something also 0 only, so bx tends to 0, this entire value is equals to 1. So 2b cos a into 1 is equal to 2b cos a. Okay, so with this we can finish this class. Okay, so that's all for today. Have a nice day.